What is 221G administrative processing? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. In today's video, we're going to talk about what happens when you get placed in administrative processing and why do they call it 221G. So this scenario arises when people apply for an immigrant visa. So they may be applying through their spouse, through their child, through their parent, through their brother, through the diversity visa, or even some non-immigrant visas like H-1Bs, F-1s. You receive a decision from the State Department. So you've filed the application most likely with USCIS. You've waited and waited for USCIS to approve the petition. You've waited for the National Visa Center to complete its processing to review the affidavit of support and all the accompanying documents. You've given them everything humanly possible, everything that you can think of to get your visa approved. You go to your visa interview, and instead of getting a denial notice or an approval with a visa issued in your favor, instead you receive a piece of paper. It might be blue, it might be white, and on it it says the reason for the refusal, and all it says is 221G. 221G is a provision in the Immigration and Nationality Act that says that you have been placed into administrative processing. In other words, think of it as a yellow light. A green light would have been they gave you the visa. A red light would have been you're not coming to the United States. You're not ever going to come to the United States. You have some kind of a bar, like maybe you're a terrorist or a drug dealer, or you've been convicted of multiple crimes, or you have a bar on coming back to the United States. That would be the red light. The yellow light is 221G. The yellow light is we don't feel that you have satisfied your burden of demonstrating to us that we should give you this visa. Some embassies like to give these visas decisions 221G all the time, and you receive this notice and you're left in limbo. You can't come to the United States. A lot of times the embassy will keep your passport and they will not give you a final decision. So what can you do if you receive 221G? Well, they are supposed to tell you what the problem is. They're supposed to notify you. Maybe you need a waiver. Maybe you need more evidence. Maybe they need updated financial evidence. Whatever it is that's causing the consulate official to not issue you the visa, that is what you're going to have to overcome. And sometimes they're very cryptic. Sometimes they don't give you a lot of information as to why you are in administrative processing and what you can do to overcome that 221G finding. But in any event, you should give them what they ask for. You should do everything that they tell you. If they tell you you need updated medical, if they tell you you need more evidence, you get that to them. The problem is that a lot of times they'll give you 221G, you'll give them what they want, and then they'll sit on the case forever and ever. And so when that happens, you need to think about what your next steps are. One is you might reach out to your member of Congress. You might ask them to get involved. You might file some kind of a notice with the embassy saying, hey, I've given you everything. What can I do? And you're emailing them, you're contacting them, nothing happens. In our experience, if you've had your interview and you've been placed in administrative processing and say 2 or 3 months have gone by, in those scenarios, what we often suggest is that you sue the embassy to try to get things moving. This is usually the only way, the only shot you have at getting out of administrative processing. Sometimes administrative processing can take 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 2 years. And if you don't file that lawsuit, you're not going to be able to get out of administrative processing. It's a huge headache. It's a huge frustration. We believe that when Donald Trump comes back into office, that you're going to see a lot more of administrative processing. Now, the interesting thing is when we sue them, the State Department likes to claim that a 221G is a final decision, but their own regulations, their own manual, their own rule book say that a 221G finding can be overcome and that the case is not over. So it doesn't mean you're not ever going to get the visa. It just means you're going to have to do something to force them to decide the case, and usually that involves filing a lawsuit against them in federal court, challenging the delay, challenging their refusal to give you a final decision. So that's everything I know about administrative processing. That's what we do when our clients get hit with a 221G finding, is we often try real hard to give them what they want, and if too much time goes by, then we sue them. If you are looking for a lawsuit to try to get you out of administrative processing, those are some of our favorite kind of cases to handle. We've handled hundreds and hundreds of these lawsuits. You can call us at 314-961-8200 or email us info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. If you're just looking for free resources, we have a ton of those. You can follow me on TikTok at Immigration Hacking. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you turn on the alert so that whenever we post a new video, you get alerted to that right away. And then finally, we have our Immigrant Home Facebook group. You can join us there and ask questions or talk about the immigration process with other people who care about immigrants. Thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next video.